Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special edition of the Drunk Nerds podcast, where we're going to do something a little fun here. Gables has no idea what we're doing. I
Yeah.
thought it was fun. I'm Tyler, by the way. That's Gables. Normally,
Hey, yeah.
Gables and I get together. We talk about video games, everything we love and hate about them, and all that fun jazz. We're on everything: podcast services, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So subscribe, all those 5-star reviews, all those fun places. But Tyler here. I am going to have a little fun thing here. I want to do this like somewhat like not every week, but every so often, like do a little fun little side podcast thing we can do for fun. If you are watching or if you're listening to this, we'll do an audio version here. But if you're listening to this, actually probably this would probably be better as a YouTube episode. So there are links down below for it, wherever you're listening to us or watching us at. Click those places, check us out in those places, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this might be better for visual, but I'll still tell you what's going on here, so it'd still be fine. But this might be better off as a visual podcast than it is just a audio one. But yeah, so Gables, give me a second here. I'm gonna pull up a little share screen for you. Uh,
Okay.
so give me 1 second here. I want you on that one. So we don't need that. All right. Can you see the screen? It's just Google right now, but can you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
So Gables, we're gonna do a little fun thing here for you. We're gonna make you
Okay.
rank. We're gonna make you pick Mario games. So this
What?
is so it's all random. It's completely random. You are going to
Okay.
pick versus. It's all versus. It's all like I said. It's all random, and eventually it's going to rank where you put all Mario games.
Okay.
Yes. So we're starting off here, as you can see. For if you're, I'll call them out for our audio listeners before you make the pick. But we're starting off here. We have New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii, and then we have Super Mario 3D World.
All right. That's funny. I've played through both of these games. I've beat both of them, obviously. The Wii one I did have plenty of fun with and stuff, but God, that came off the heels of stuff of like Super Mario, New Super Mario Brothers and stuff for
For
the
DS. Yeah,
DS
this was the
with
second one, wasn't
and
it?
that yeah, this is the second one, and what's kind of funny about that, I mean, this is like the second game from like the resurgence of like 2D Mario coming back
Yeah, yeah.
because before then you had Super Mario World and stuff that was released in 91 and they did not go back to do a traditional Mario game like that in that style until like around 2000 and God, what was it? 2006 or something? 2007?
When on
So
DS, yeah, the DS one came out 2006.
2000, yeah, 2006.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember um, I was at the Mall of America in Minneapolis
Yeah.
buying it, and it was my senior year of high school. I was doing that.
Ah,
It was
yeah,
literally the
man.
week before the Wii came out. I bought that game on DS. As
I
a
can tell you this right now. Between these two games and stuff, I do like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but I know Super Mario 3D World's the better game, so I'm picking that.
Okay, and if you need two Gables, we can't always hit remove just in case you haven't played one or you don't or whatever. But all right, we're moving on to the next one here. Super Mario Land for the Game Boy,
Okay.
or New Super Mario Brothers for DS. So this is the first new of the new Mario Brother games.
You want to know what's hilarious about this? Is like Super Mario Land. This is the first Mario game I've ever beat.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I,
that's the thing about it. I mean,
I could never beat it.
back
I kept getting
when,
to like the second world, and I like still some of my favorite music ever in Mario games, but I never could get back. Like I was like, I was not very good at it. And I actually beat it, I think last year for the first time on the Switch online using the
well,
rewind.
okay, so I've already said a little bit about New Super Mario Brothers right there. I mean, I had a lot of fun times playing that game back in 2000, like back when it first released and stuff. I actually when I was like a senior in like what was like what no yeah junior or senior in high school was playing this game during like the middle of periods and stuff, and my friend had a PSP, I had a DS and stuff. During that time we kind of switched the systems and stuff. I was playing a little bit of NFL Street, he was playing this game and stuff. He really loved playing my game and stuff like that, so it's like yeah, I'm gonna play this a little bit. We're trading that back.
Absolutely not. This is not a fair trade.
But yeah, man, Super Mario Land. This one is really nostalgic for me because this was my first Game Boy game. It was between that and Tetris.
Mm.
So this is a game I loved playing. It looked incredibly different than say like Super Mario Brothers, like one, two, and three. Mario Brothers 3 is the first game I ever played, but the first Mario game stuff that I remember playing here for the Game Boy, yeah, man. I used to play and like beat this game on the routine, man. And if I had to pick between these two, I'd go Super Mario Land.
Woo! Okay. All right. We're going Super Mario Land. Oh, okay. Next one here. That's a shocking one. All right. Next up here Super Mario Galaxy versus Bowser Fury.
Okay, I will say this right now. I didn't really play through Bowser's Fury, so I know Super Mario
Okay.
Galaxy is going to be the one that's going to go
All right.
like up on.
Okay. Go ahead and click it. Okay.
Yep,
All
click Super Mario Galaxy.
right. All right. This one's tough. All right. Good Lord. Super Mario Galaxy 2 versus Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh man.
This is fun.
Oh
I'm
man.
glad I don't have to pick these.
Oh, where to start here? Okay. Super Mario Galaxy 2. This was the sequel to my game of the generation that I had way back when for the Wii.
2013 when we did that.
Yeah, 2013, over 10 years ago, we did a Games of the Generation podcast with a friend of ours, and this was my like the previous game, Super Mario Galaxy was my choice for that game of the generation because it was absolutely fantastic. Its sequel, yes, that one was fantastic as well. I love the creativity in terms of the level design stuff. I mean, they did away with the big old hub world thing and decided to go back more traditional and choosing your own stages, this and that. There's some fun power ups like the bee power up and stuff, and a lot of fun things with Yoshi. Oh my gosh! And honestly, it still kind of makes me sort of angry that when it came to that Super Mario 3D All Stars type of thing, that game was not included with it
It's like a race from history
because
from Nintendo.
yeah, and this is an awesome game. Now Super Mario Odyssey, oh my gosh! Now
Your game
with
of the
Super Mario
year
Odyssey,
2017.
yeah, this was my game of the year 2017. So you basically have in one corner the sequel to my game of the generation against my game of the year from back in 2017.
One of the greatest years of all time for gaming.
Absolutely, it was one of the greatest years of all time for gaming. And part of the reason why I like Super Mario Odyssey and why it was my game of the year is because this game felt like this surpassed everything in terms of like what came before it in terms of 3D Mario games, right? So I love Super Mario Odyssey more than I do 64. And when it comes to like the Mario Galaxy and like Mario Galaxy 2, I know that Odyssey does a lot more in terms of like explorability. There's a lot of collectibles in terms of where you want to how you want to go through and proceed to things. Obviously, they went ham with a lot of the collectibles, a la sort of like as Donkey Kong 64, but not really as like frustrating or crazy as shit as Donkey Kong 64. But and yes, Super Mario Odyssey is definitely better more than Donkey Kong 64.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah. No. Okay. All right.
I'm not gonna
It's getting a little
I'm
crazy here.
not gonna
This
have
is like you.
Justin all
What
of a
was
sudden flip his table.
like banjo? You said banjo was better than Mario 64. Like I thought we were gonna
Yeah,
fight
yeah, and I
words here.
remain adamant with that.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. But if you said DK64 was better than Mario Odyssey, I'm flying in your fucking house. I'm gonna put a flaming bag of poo on your house.
Oh man, but let me tell you something, dude. I mean, a lot of the stuff you could do, you could freaking inhabit T-Rexes. You can go through and inhabit like different like enemies and stuff. And the most hilarious part of that game is like just taking a whole bunch of crazy ass pictures and stuff, like with people like just random Joe Schmoes and stuff, and then like you can just edit the pictures like a sepia tone or this or that and stuff, or just do a lot of like oddball mini games and stuff. It was really fun. It was creative. It was like every time you delve into any one of the worlds, it felt like a natural evolution of Mario 64. And honestly, I do not understand why people like Mario 64 more than they do Odyssey because Odyssey took what Mario 64 did and pretty much elaborated it like by tenfold. So in terms of this matchup here, this is a tough one, but I have to go with Super Mario Odyssey.
All right. All right. All right. That was the first one. Oh God. Okay. So Super Mario Sunshine. These might be the bottom two. Super Mario Sunshine versus Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Level. So people don't know Lost Levels was like the original Super Mario Brothers 2, but it was only in Japan. Then we got that weird one. in America instead. So yeah, Gables. They're like the two
What's
most
hilarious
like
about it?
forgotten, like the ones when people talk about Mario, these are like the two that people just don't want to talk about. So this is a fun
Yeah,
one.
and I've beaten both of them. I know I've beaten both of these games.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Let's see. And what's hilarious is like both of these are kind of like meme, like troll worthy type of games too,
Mm-hmm.
because they go and put all sorts of different things for the player, like
Pachinko
Super Mario
machine.
Sunshine, that pachinko machine. Yeah, that was one of the most frustrating things to do inside of that. I was so excited to play Super Mario Sunshine when it first came out. Like in that, it was like 2002 that it came out, I want to say. Yeah, that
Sounds
was
about
like the
right.
same year that Metroid Prime. Yeah, 2002, and then like a year later was Wind Waker.
Yep.
My God, that time period that was just crazy for the GameCube.
Let's play Wind Waker again
But
for the first time.
oh my God, yeah, Wind Waker, I definitely would play again. Like if I had to repeat all the steps and stuff from way back when, like just back then over 20 years ago, I'd still fucking play Wind Waker
Yeah.
for the first time all over again. Um, now Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. I've had the pleasure to play through not just one version, but like both versions of this game.
Pleasure.
One the NES and also one for the Super Mario All Stars version. And let me tell you something, dude. That is so meme worthy. It's so freaking crazy. It's like if the developers wanted to really troll the player and stuff, they did a fantastic job with that because you want to try to jump over a gap, right? But just at the arch of the gap, all of a sudden you hit a block and you'll fall down the pit. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to see this?
Yeah.
How was I supposed to know? Then all of a sudden you just go into one stage and it's like a wind level and stuff, and you have to bounce on those freaking things, and like you have to try to go across a certain distance, but you don't. You lose track of Mario and stuff where the hell he's at, and all of a sudden you just hit right before another ledge or something appears.
Yeah.
That pissed me off a lot as a kid because when I got Super Mario All Stars back in the day as like a Christmas gift, it's still one of the best Christmas gifts I've ever gotten. I'm
It's a
just not
great
gonna lie
gift.
right there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And what's hilarious is stuff is like way back when and stuff. My parents actually had a video of me for the longest time, like 5 years old or something, and I kept showing back. Oh, look at this! I got Super Mario All Stars. I got this. I was basically the N64 kid way back when, only with Super Mario All Stars. But this was my least favorite game out of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It was obviously it was difficult. It was harder than the original game, right? But when I compare this to Super Mario Sunshine and stuff, I enjoyed Super Mario Sunshine more, so I'm picking that one.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a tough call, but that's probably the right choice. Ooh, okay. A couple sequels here. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, versus New Super Mario Brothers 2 for the, that was DS, right? Or 3DS?
Yep,
DS? Okay.
I've played through and beat both of these games too. Um,
Was New Super Mario Bros. 2, was that the one that was like all based around coins?
that one was all based around coins, and it was the sequel to, I believe, New Super Mario Brothers and stuff for the
Yeah.
DS, I want to say.
Yeah.
That was a fun game, but at the same time, it was kind of more of the same for like New Super Mario Brothers. And at that time, it was already exhausted to the point where people just wanted something new coming out from the 2D Mario space. But it was definitely a comparable. It was an average Mario Brothers game. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like fantastic. It was like a good game, and that was pretty much it. On the other hand, you had Super Mario Land 2, Six Golden Coins. This is the first introduction of Wario. This is like its predecessor, Super Mario Land. Try something completely different with what they were doing. They had all these different type of zones that you could pick. You could actually pick which zone to go into first. It was sort of like Nintendo borrowing from what Mega Man series did, where you get to choose the stages you want to go to first, and then after you like complete the conditions, you go through that final portion. It gets you on a set path towards the end. The creativity in Super Mario Land 2, that's just fucking fantastic, dude. I mean, you have like forest zones, you're battling these giant ants and stuff like that, and like taking care of these crazy ass birds. Then you go like to a graveyard zone or something where you're facing off against witches and like the like the freaking the three little pigs and all this
Yes.
other stuff in like one zone, but the macro zone, I think it is.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's like the
yeah,
yeah the micro zone. That's what I'm. It's like yeah the micro zone. You had like the oh god, I think it was like a Halloween zone or like graveyard zone. I'm not too
yeah.
sure what
It
it
was a
was.
graveyard.
And then you had like you have this freaking like turtle zone and stuff to where you go underneath like with submarine and all this other stuff. And every single one of these levels, they were definitely like great levels in a sense where it's like they made use of how simple like certain mechanics could be. If they introduce new mechanics, let's say like the bunny ears and stuff like that, you can go and you can just float down and stuff. Like just grab a carrot, float down, and then at the end there's like a little mini game or something to where if you hit one, you had a chance to either get a one up or another power up or
Yep.
this and that. And I will say, like, once you got all six coins and you finally got a chance to go into like the castle and stuff to try to battle Wario and stuff, that was some of the toughest shit you could possibly that I could like possibly remember doing. And the time it's like when I finally beat Wario, it was so rewarding. It was definitely something I have remembered like years after beating. So for this case, Super Mario Land 2 wins it over New Super Mario Bros. 2.
All right. Ooh. Okay. All right. This one might not be that hard. New Super Mario Brothers U versus Mario 64. I'm just gonna give you New Super Mario Brothers U. Obviously, we're gonna click on that
No.
one.
Oh, the similarities between these two, they were both launch titles for their respective systems. So it's like you had New Super Mario Bros. U for the Wii U, and then you have Super Mario 64 for the N64. I'm not going to discredit like New Super Mario Bros. U. It did some things different than say New Super Mario Brothers on Wii. It definitely was better than New Super Mario Bros. 2 on DS. In terms of like the squirrel suit, some level design stuff was pretty fun. It actually had a spun off like DLC thing like Super Luigi U,
Yeah.
which that was a fun like sort of hard mode in that regards. But obviously it's comparing it's up against Super Mario 64. That thing is one of the most influential 3D platformers of all time and is the forefather to why we have commonality of like 3D environments instead of like games from like action games, the freaking platformers, to art like action RPGs, all this other stuff. Without Super Mario 64 and the advancements of what Nintendo were able to push out of the 64 at that time period, then there wouldn't have been like a lot of these games that we would know. The worlds are memorable, characters are memorable, obviously. I still to this day love picking up and playing this game and collecting every single star. I come up with all sorts of various crazy shit in order to try to like get stars in a certain order or certain ways. I've thought about speedrunning that game, but at the same time, I don't want to do it because I do not want to hate this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Super Mario 64 wins this one.
All right. Next up here. Ooh. Super Mario Brothers versus Super Mario World. This is the first round too. This is the first go around. Throwing some heaters out right away.
Oh yes, I've beaten both of these games. Oh, God, Super Mario Brothers is so influential, but I did like the third one better than that one. Oh God, you have the first Mario game against the first legitimate Mario game I've actually beaten. Oh my God, I mean, whew. Well, Super Mario Brothers is a good game. I mean, I had some fun times playing that. I mean, obviously, I played the third one a hell of a lot more and stuff than, like, say, the first one, but I still appreciate the first game. Part of the reason why, like, the platforming genre exists is because of what they were able to accomplish on the Nintendo Entertainment System and stuff with this game. At the same time, Super Mario World is leagues better than the original Super Mario Brothers.
All right.
And what I gotta say is, like, that's winning, hands down.
All right. Final answer?
Yep.
All right. Next up here. For some reason this picture is not loading. We have Super Mario Brothers
Holy
Wonder
shit.
versus Super Mario Brothers 2. It's only gonna get harder.
Oh my God, this is actually going to be a little bit harder for me to decide with this one because here's the thing. I mean, Super Mario Brothers 2, I mean, oh God, that was a game that it took me a little while to beat that game, obviously, and I did it on the Super Mario All-Stars version on Super Nintendo, but it wasn't until like about when I was like a teenager I finally acquired the cart for the second game and like an NES that I bought from the Goodwill for like $8 and stuff. No, I kid you not. I went into a local Goodwill that I would eventually work for when I graduated high school, and I freaking like about what was it, 10 or 12 years old, found an NES, got that, found a copy of Super Mario Brothers 2 with like a pawn shop or something, and I was just playing that stuff, and obviously I have a lot of nostalgia for that. But I will say, playing Super Mario Brothers Wonder, that was such a fantastic experience. This felt like a natural culmination of like what made Super Mario World an excellent game. It borrowed a lot of elements from that title. There were some things that I felt were better in some aspects and stuff. The power-ups were fun, the creativity was fun. Super Mario Brothers Wonder is better than Super Mario Brothers 2.
All right. Ooh, another good one here. Super Mario 3D Land. Gables, it's only your harder, buddy. Super Mario 3D Land versus Super Mario Brothers 3.
Both of these are amazing games. We literally have the best Mario game on the 3DS here against the best Mario game of the NES. Oh God. And you want to know what's even more like hard is like elements of Super Mario Bros. 3 are inside 3D land because a lot of the artwork from
Mm.
like the various stages and stuff were very much inspired by Mario 3. There was actually some like callbacks to Mario 3, I think, inside of that game as well.
I hope Mario 3D Land like finds a way on like Switch because that's a
Absolutely.
fantastic game that I think is like kind of is like being forgotten in history.
When it comes to games forgotten by history, man, it's like Super Mario 3D Land. I want to play that on the successor to the Switch. I honestly, I just want to play a lot of these different classics on the next
Yeah,
Nintendo system.
yeah.
But
Forget Luigi Mansion 2. They can give us 3D Land.
man, this is when the 3DS started taking off for me. Is when Super Mario 3D Land released. This was such a fantastic 3D game. This was actually a fantastic like Mario game in general. A lot of creative stages. The callback, the bring back of the Tanuki suit, some that they hadn't done since like Mario 3. Oh my gosh, there were so many fun. There was just such a fun thing, and some of those levels were freaking hard too. And it really did have that old school sort of like difficulty with that. Then on the other hand, here you have pretty much my favorite Mario game when it comes to some aspects here, and that's Super Mario Bros. 3. And that's because the level design, everything else, this is the first video game I've ever played. I've beaten that game multiple times. I know various glitches and various like level skips and stuff like that. Well, not levels. No, level skips. Yeah, the warp whistles. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. But I know how to like bypass certain levels and stuff. Like when you get to the first like major castle or something like that inside World 3, there's those doors that you have to use in order to try to get to the boom boom. I can basically time my timing just right so I can just bypass that and automatically get to the door. This is a tough one, man, but at the same time, I'm going Super Mario Bros. 3.
Okay. All right. Next one here. Oh, New Super Mario Brothers for DS versus New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii. So we're going back around. So kind of what happens here is that you eventually gonna have to like rank a lot of like you're gonna see the same ones both times. You're gonna go head to head against each other eventually. And it's only gonna get harder from here. So yeah. So yeah, we got New
Oh
Super Mario Brothers for
boy.
the Wii versus New Super Mario Brothers for our for the DS and the Wii version.
Oh god. The original was the return to form for 2D Mario. New Super Mario Brothers Wii, that was the one that introduced four-player co-op stuff. It had
which is a
like
nightmare.
evolved levels. Yeah, yeah, the multiplayer was a nightmare with that. I mean, lots of griefing. Um, oh man, a lot of those power-ups introduced in New Super Mario Brothers as well, like the little micro mushroom, the huge mushroom.
Yeah, where you can fly too, do the little spinner thing.
But at the same time, when you had the new Super Mario Brothers Wii, you had the reintroduction of the Koopa Kids and stuff inside there too, and that was a fun game too. Oh God. And what's really hard though, these games are relatively similar because it's the same series of games.
Yeah, they came out
Only
like a
like,
year apart, 2 years apart, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. New Super Mario Brothers came out in like 2006, and I think 2007 was New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Well, it's basically which version here do I like? Do I like the DS one or do I like the Wii one? Well, I'm gonna go with the Wii one.
Really? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Moving on here. All right, we're sticking with it. New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii versus Super Mario Land. It's only gonna get harder.
Yeah, it is gonna get harder. There's gonna be a controversial one, but I'm going Super Mario Land.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I agree with that one actually. Like I straight up do not like the Wii the four player any of the 4 player Mario games. I just don't like.
I can
Ooh.
respect.
All right. Next one here, Gables. Super Mario Land versus Mario 3D World.
My God, I think you're just enjoying a lot of this shit, though,
I
man.
this is like it is fun. I mean, it's a fun practice, but also I'm enjoying the torture. But I mean, come on, this is like my like super. I didn't have like an NES, Super Nintendo, and stuff till like I was like probably
Yeah.
like 10, 11. So like I
Mm,
had a Game Boy though, so like Mario Land was my Mario game until like Mario Land 1 and 2, and then like my first like Mario game I enjoyed as an adult was 3D World. So
dude. Dude, in comparison to like me when I was exposed to the NES, like when I was like 3 years old and stuff with Mario 3, and then all of a sudden it's like my first system was like a Super Nintendo that I share with my little brother and stuff. Oh God. Then yeah, Game Boy stuff. I mean, I was playing Game Boy back when I was like about five or something between Super Mario Land and Tetris. Um, Super Mario 3D World, I'm
gosh,
gonna pick that one over it.
this would have been a fist fight if you would have picked the other one. So all right, Mario Galaxy 2 versus Bowser's Fury.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be Mario. It's gonna be Mario Galaxy 2
Okay, I thought
since I
you
didn't play Bowser's Fury.
scared me. My heart skipped a beat when you said unfortunately. I'm like, oh no. All right. This is great.
What are the odds? The very next pick.
Mario Galaxy versus Mario Galaxy 2. This is great. I'm having too much fun for this.
Oh my gosh. So part of the reason why Super Mario Galaxy was my game of the generation way back like 10 years ago and stuff is because of how freaking childlike it makes you feel when you're playing through this game. Obviously, a lot of the creativity of the worlds, the little galaxies and stuff that you had to go through. The level of difficulty spikes up once you try to collect a lot of the different stars and stuff, and then all of a sudden you have challenge courses in between. The power ups were really fun in that aspect. You got to introduce new characters like Rosalina and Luma and stuff, which those ones that told like a sad story too. But oh my gosh, the Bowser battle at the end of that was fantastic. Then the sequel did improve in some parts and stuff like that. Like it kind of streamlined having to go through like this hub world in the first game and then like you could just choose like you go to a galaxy and all of a sudden you can just scroll like to a various level or something like that, a la like Mario 3 or Mario
Yeah.
like yeah, like Mario 3 in that retrospect. And a lot of the fun stuff like the Yoshi courses were great. I oh gosh, and the like obviously some of the power-ups and stuff were great with that as well. Oh my gosh. When I think back to Super Mario Galaxy, though, I can remember the time when I pre-ordered that game through GameStop and I got that coin and then I got that phone call and stuff for the pre-order and stuff from Charles. Like it was like that recording of Charles Martinet and stuff. Thank you for pre-ordering Super
Oh,
Mario Galaxy. Woohoo!
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh my God, that was such a fun time and stuff like that. And what's interesting about it is when I got Super Mario Galaxy back when, the TV I was playing it on the time, I bought it at a local Walmart, that CRT, and well, it didn't last for too much, like long, like past like a few months because the screen was going out of it, and so I had to get another. I had to get a new TV just to play and enjoy this game. But oh my gosh, just a lot of fun memories. Uh, and what's even more harder is like I haven't even played both of these games recently, like all the way through. So I'm just going upon what I played and stuff. I'm gonna go with the original Mario Galaxy
All
over the
right.
second.
All right. Oh man, I can't. Oh.
So is my God, this damn thing really wants me to go
you
through and
got. You're
choose,
gonna pick them
right? So
all,
it's
Gables. You're gonna go through all of them. But it's just so funny. Like it's just the anticipation because you don't know what's coming. So it is Mario Odyssey versus Mario Galaxy.
what are the odds I have like Mario Galaxy 2 beating out like Super Mario Brothers Wii, which that one was easy. And then it's like you have Mario Galaxy gets Mario Galaxy 2, and now it's like Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Galaxy. Game of the year 2017 versus my game of the generation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Decent chance Mario Galaxy or Mario Odyssey might be your game of generation. We'll have to do that like probably next year sometime. We gotta put that right there. We gotta write that down. That's gonna be like a top 10 Switch games. That'll be a podcast
We
right
got to
there.
do that.
Yeah.
Within the next year, we got to do that
Yeah.
because my God, I mean, you and I have played so many damn Wii games, many Switch games since 2017 that we need to construct a list like that, and that's ever so more present and stuff like that when I'm seeing like Super Mario Odyssey straight in front of me here. Oh, excuse me. God, I can just remember just key moments of everything right there.
A lot of joy. A lot of joy.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what's hard about it. I've had a lot of joy with both of these games, a lot of great times and stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna go Super Mario Odyssey.
All right. All right. Okay. Next up here, a little bit of a break here. Right. We're not, no heavy hitters really like those ones. We got new Super Mario Brothers 2 versus Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels.
You know what? At least what I could say is, even though I did enjoy playing New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, I felt like was actually more
Oh,
cohesive and actually provided a little bit more entertainment than that. So I'm gonna go with that.
okay. All right. Next up here, Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels versus Super Mario Land 2.
I'm gonna go Super Mario Land 2.
Okay. All right. No, next up, Super Mario Land 2 versus Mario Sunshine.
Hmm. Alrighty. But in the grand scheme of things, I haven't done a traditional playthrough of Super Mario Sunshine in like since the GameCube.
Wow,
I have it
over
on
20 years.
Switch, yeah, over 20 years and stuff. But it's also awfully telling that I haven't gone back to that in over 20 years and stuff, and I've consistently going back to like Super Mario Land
Yeah,
2.
it's crazy. It was like Mario
I'm
Land
gonna go
is like.
Super.
All right, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, let's say Mario Land
Oh no, I don't
2 was like
just
you could beat that game in like an hour. It's so short.
well, you can. Absolutely you can. And I still feel like that Super Mario Land 2 is the game I'm gonna go over that.
Okay. Next up, Super Mario Brothers versus New Super Mario Brothers U.
Hmm. Hmm. That's interesting.
Wow, I did not
Yeah.
expect this. The Wii U launch game versus the game.
The NES launch game,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the game of history, the game that like
Yes.
gaming wouldn't exist without, and then the game that nearly destroyed Nintendo.
Oh, I know, right? What gave Nintendo life and almost and the against the game than what seemingly almost ended
Yeah, yeah.
it.
I mean, probably like the lowest Nintendo, like or at least Mario probably ever was as an IP was around the time the Super Mario Brothers U came out.
That's very true.
Like when a Mario game comes out and
Absolutely.
nobody cares, that's very telling. Outside of like the hardcore.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, that was the case. And quite honestly, what really kind of badgered my experience with New Super Mario Bros. U, it wasn't the game pretty much itself. It was more like the limitations of the Wii U because that thing could not support like an external hard drive without using both of those USB
I forgot about
slots.
that. Yeah, that was awful.
And that was awful. And it was even more awful to learn that after spending like 8 to 10 hours playing New Super Mario Bros. U and getting towards the last world, and then all of a sudden have your save data corrupt and having to do the whole thing over again.
I would just
So
not
it's
play it.
because of that experience and me having to replay that game over again in order to try to do that. I'm going Super Mario Brothers.
That's so funny. Okay. All right. Gables is gonna
You
rank.
forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Gables is gonna rank New Super Mario Bros. Wii U under Mario is missing just out of spite. All right. Ooh, this is a tough. Okay, another tough one here, Gables. Mario 64 versus Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, this is going to be a little bit more tougher. Oh my gosh. The game that pretty much was like the most influential in terms of like 3D gaming in general back when we launched the 64 against the game that saved the industry pretty much. Hmm. I have to drink a little bit of
These are
water to that.
these are fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, man, this is actually pretty interesting
Yeah.
because it's having me having to dig back and think. Oh my gosh. Super Mario Brothers, when I played that game, yeah, when I played that game, I was just kind of like, as a kid, I was kind of like blown aback and stuff because it's like I played it on the NES, right? After playing Super Mario Brothers 3, and I played 3 before I played 1. So you got to keep that in mind, you know. So I kind of felt like when I was playing the original Super Mario Brothers, it was just kind of like a step back from like 3. But I can remember so many good memories of Super Mario 64. The first time that I ended up getting a 64, which was April of 97. My parents bringing it home, hooking it up to the TV and stuff, and my brothers and I would take turns playing it, you know, like just controlling Mario. We weren't even like going into worlds or anything. We were just controlling Mario in the 3D environment, making him do flips, having him crash into walls, having him bounce off walls and stuff. It was just like a fun experience because there hadn't really been a game that was just quite like Super Mario 64. Because before you'd have games that would somewhat mimic a 3D like a 3D world exploration, like say Jumping Flash in the PlayStation, or you'd have like certain games on PC which would try to experiment with some stuff like this. And here you had a full-on 3D platformer that had a lot of interesting quirks. You had a lot of interesting like a lot of interesting secrets you can go discover and this and that. So I'm gonna go Super Mario 64 over the original.
All right. Next up, Super Mario World versus Mario 64.
Oh,
Gables are gonna have an
this is going to
aneurysm.
be the hardest one yet. Oh God. God, I can remember the first time I actually saw Super Mario World at a freaking Costco, freaking Mosaic and stuff like that. You know, just the various worlds and stuff, all the other like crazy stuff. Bringing that, like my parents buying a Super Nintendo and stuff, and like just spending that night as a kid, just like dreaming about playing Super Mario World again and all of this stuff. And man, yeah, I just still have like fun memories of that game. The box art, I remember like the friggin' the covers and stuff. I remember just like sharing in things with my brother and stuff. Oh yeah, Mario 64 is excellent in terms of its like explorations and stuff. I'm going Super Mario World over Mario
Ooh,
64.
okay, all right. Next up here, Super Mario 3D Land versus Super Mario Brothers 2.
Hmm. Now I haven't really said too much about Super Mario Bros. 2. This was the last Mario Brothers game for the original NES trilogy that I actually had a chance to play and try out and stuff. That one definitely was fun, and we all know what the game is pretty much based off of and stuff from this time. It's a freaking full-on meme.
Yeah, Beavis
But
and Butthead for Super Nintendo.
Oh, they're just conveniently dressed up as plumbers and stuff like that, trying
You
to
don't remember
chase
that?
after chicks.
You don't remember that level in Super Mario Brothers 2 when you go to your high school gym?
Oh my God! Then you all these freaking like Koopas like chasing after you and stuff like that because they look like the gym teacher.
Have a punching a glove on a stick. It's a weird power up for Mario.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. Super Mario Bros. 2 was definitely a weird game. You had like Mauser, you had the Fry guy, like the grip and stuff, and then Triclocide and stuff. All these weird ass like bosses and stuff, and then Wart, a boss character that has not been used in any type of Mario game since Super Mario Bros. 2, and that's kind of crazy just to think of. But yeah, that game was difficult. That game was pretty hard in some aspects. But I'm gonna go Super Mario 3D Land over Mario 2.
All right. Next up, Mario Brothers Wonder versus Mario 3D Land.
This is another tough matchup. Wow, shit. At least with the previous matchup I had between Mario World and Mario 64, I mean, you had like two pretty much like similar, like, God, like similar things of like tier things for me and stuff because both were great games and stuff. Like, and it's the same thing here. I mean, both of these are great, if not amazing games in their own right, you know? You have the Mario Brothers Wonder on Switch. You have Super Mario 3D Land on like the 3DS and stuff. But I gotta say, I did enjoy Super Mario Brothers Wonder more.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pick that one.
All right. Next up, Super Mario Brothers 3 versus Mario Wonder.
Oh God.
I
Oh.
can like feel the like disdain of like having to like make these picks. I'm gonna have to like buy Gable some Tums after this.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could just feel my stomach gurgling just thinking about this. Um oh my God. Mario Wonder was an amazing game, but yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 is fucking timeless, amazing game. I'm gonna go Mario 3.
Okay. All right. Bowser's Fury versus New Super Mario Brothers for the DS.
Uh, this makes me wish I would have played Bowser's Fury, but we're gonna have to go with New Super Mario Brothers.
All right. Next up, New Super Mario Brothers versus Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay, this one's a bit easier. I'm gonna go Mario Galaxy 2.
All right. Well, we're flying now. We're flying. Mario Galaxy 2 versus New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii.
Okay, no contest. We're going Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay. Next up, all right. Super Mario Land versus Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay, this is the one where Mario Land falls, so we're going with
Okay.
Galaxy 2.
Oh God, I thought you were gonna give it to Mario. I thought you were gonna say Galaxy 2 was gonna fall. I'm like, what? All right, all right.
Then the aneurysm turns on Tyler.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to like come here and like fly to my house to finish the podcast. Um, next up,
Woo!
Mario Galaxy 2 versus Mario 3D World.
Woo! Okay. Oh, this was a game that Super Mario 3D World was also on the Wii U, but it's also on Switch. Oh my gosh. Oh, Galaxy 2 is a great game.
3D World, man,
Mario
that
3D.
game's so fucking good. That's probably my favorite
I
Mario
know.
game.
I know. It is so fucking good. It's so fucking good that I've played that game at least twice, one on the Wii U and then
Funnily,
once on the Switch.
funnily enough, Mario Galaxy 2, the only level I ever played of it was the very last level with Justin, my best friend, because
Oh, that's
I
right.
had I used the second controller to help him beat that level. So I was like holding enemies back. I spent like several hours trying to beat that level, and I was like holding enemies and helping him out. But I kept like, he'd go to jump on him, and I'd hold him, and he'd bump into him and die. Honestly, I don't know if I helped him at all.
Oh. Oh, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna go Super Mario 3D World.
All right, yeah, I agree. That's a good one. No, next up, Mario 3D World versus Mario Galaxy.
Oh, these are literally the best games of Mario games on their particular systems. Mm.
It's crazy how many Mario games you can potentially say are like the best game of all time.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
It's like
it's like 10.
there's so many different Mario games across all the different Nintendo systems and stuff. And when Nintendo releases a fantastic Mario game, it's usually at least in the top 5 in terms of the best games of that system. Um, I like 3D World, but I like Super Mario Galaxy more.
All right. Mario Brothers U versus New Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh my
Oddly,
god, this
oddly
is
enough,
easy. We're gonna go Mario Brothers U.
okay. Yeah, man. All right. New Super Mario Brothers U versus Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels.
New Super Mario Brothers U. I'm gonna pick that over the Lost
Wow.
Levels.
Okay. All right. Next up, oh man, New Super Mario Brothers U versus Mario Sunshine. Some fun little mashups you never would have thought about here, you know.
Yeah,
Like usually you have the
these are
comment
kind
like,
of fun little
what's the
mashups.
best NES Mario game? What's the best Galaxy? You know, what's the 64 or Mario 64 versus this one? It's like then you think of like these like lower to mid tier Mario games, and like no one discusses those ones.
Yeah,
There's never that mashup.
you know what? Oh, this is gonna probably be a controversial thing, but I'm gonna go Mario Sunshine
Sure.
over New Super Mario Brothers U.
Okay. Wow. All right. All right. This Mario Sunshine versus Super Mario Brothers.
Oh boy, okay. Try to think of
Really?
gaming moments here. I'm gonna go Mario Brothers.
Okay. My God, there was way too
I
long of
had
a
to bring it.
silence there. God, yeah. Somehow I'm gonna be the one fucking with. Nah, I need Tums. All right. Next up, Super Mario Brothers versus Super Mario Land 2.
Hmm. Okay, now I need a little bit of time to think about this.
You get stuck on the most random ones.
I know I get stuck on the most random ones because I've invested time in some of the most random Mario games imaginable for these
Yeah.
systems.
Like I definitely like my nostalgia is definitely Super Mario Land 2, but
Yeah,
yeah, like that's like I would probably do that because of my weird fucked up history with Nintendo games of like just playing the handheld ones until I was like a teenager, until I got the GameCube.
yeah. Hmm. Well, Super Mario Brothers is definitely an excellent game, but I'm gonna go Mario Land 2.
Whoa. Oh. Okay, let me. I want to make sure I heard that right. Mario Land 2, you're picking
Yes, I am.
over Super Mario Brothers.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Super Mario Land 2 versus Super Mario 64.
Well, that's easy. I'm gonna go Mario 64.
Okay. All right. I don't even know what's easy anymore. I don't even. I'm not even gonna like. I'm scared to even like move my mouse to like certain ones because I'm like I don't even know what the fuck he's gonna pick. All right. Super Mario Brothers 2 versus Bowser's Fury.
This would be easy for me if like I actually played like Bowser's Fury and stuff like that, but because I hadn't played that,
I,
I'm gonna be picking Mario
I thought
Brothers
you played. It
2.
was on your top 10 list like 2 years ago. Bowser's Fury.
Was it on my top 10 list?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I only played like maybe an hour or so at most with that
I'm
damn
gonna have to
thing,
like
I
pull out my
think.
little black book here. Let me give me a second here to find it. It was it 2021? I think it came out.
Was it 2021?
I think it was 2021. All right, we're going back.
God damn. I
2021.
must have played like maybe a short amount of time.
I'm pretty sure it was on your list. Uh, oh, maybe I was wrong. Oh, no, wait. No, that's 2017. I'm looking at. Where the fuck is your list? I wrote it down somewhere. All right, top 10. Oh, no, you're right. It wasn't on your list. Never mind.
Maybe you were thinking about Justin's list
No,
that time or
Justin wasn't there for that one.
okay, okay.
Yeah, my bad. Okay.
I think the reason why I didn't put it on there that year is because I only played like maybe an hour at most of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you said New Super Mario Bros. 2, or Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right. We're a little side. Okay. Ooh, Mario Brothers 2 versus New Super Mario Brothers for DS.
Mario Brothers 2.
Jesus Christ. Okay. New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii versus Super Mario Brothers 2.
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Okay. Super Mario Land versus Mario Brothers 2.
Mario Brothers 2.
Jesus. Uh, all right. Which two are you gonna pick here? Mario Galaxy 2 versus Mario Brothers 2.
Galaxy 2.
Okay. Thank God. Oh.
Oh, you would have flipped your lid if I would have did that.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah. Mario. Yeah, now it's so fucking funny, isn't it, Gables? Mario 3D Land versus Mario Galaxy 2. Yeah, who's laughing now?
Oh my god. Oh man, I'm just laughing at myself because it's like I loved playing both of those games, and both of those games I hadn't played like in over 10 years. So I'm just going off of like fumes of like way back when.
Yeah.
Um, Great game for Wii, great game for 3DS. Definitely was returned to form and stuff. I'm gonna go Galaxy 2.
Okay. Mario Galaxy 2 versus Mario Wonder.
I'm gonna go Mario Wonder.
What? Oh. Sorry, I think I just swallowed my heart. Okay. I don't know. I don't even know what that noise I made was. I've never made that noise before. Whoa. It's like whoa. Okay. Wow. All right.
It sounded like you were dry heaving.
Oh God, I feel like I'm dry. My throat hurts. Mario Brothers Wonder versus Mario 3D World.
Okay, this is a harder matchup here, I will admit. Oh, man. Let's just reiterate what I'm saying, dude. I mean, both these are amazing games, and you can play both of these games on Switch. I really recommend if you hadn't tried out, listeners or watchers, both of these games are fantastic. With that being said, you have a fantastic 2D platformer, you have a fantastic 3D platformer. God, it's just like more of like, do I like just like do I like the 3D Mario one more, or do I like the 2D Mario one more? Mario Wonder was fantastic. It had that stuff. 3D World, the first time I played that one was
It's
fantastic
got
though.
maybe the
That was like
best
the
music. I still think
I
I
know,
still
I
think I
know.
remember the Miiverse with 3D World. Oh man, peak game, gaming peak there.
Mm,
So many penises.
I'm gonna go 3D World.
All right, you made the right call. All right. Oh, Mario 3D World versus Super Mario Brothers 3.
Mario Brothers 3.
Okay. All right. I can't blame you for that one. Next up here, Mario Brothers 3 versus Mario Galaxy.
Oh, oh boy. All right, just give me just 1 minute just to process this. I gotta put a pause. I gotta step it out for a moment.
Okay. All right, we're gonna pause the recording here. All right, and we are back here. Gables is gonna decide here between Super Mario Brothers 3 and Mario Galaxy.
All right, first and foremost, I love both of these games. One is my first game I've ever played. The other one is the game of the generation. God, for me, it's tough to decide though, because like, I have a lot of good memories of both of these. But I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros. 3.
Oh,
That's just how I am.
okay. No, I mean, I honestly, I think if you would have said Galaxy, I would have the same reaction. It's just, yeah. I feel like I'm making you pick
It's just
like
the fact that I had
babies
to
here.
decide is.
Yeah. All right, next one. Mario Odyssey versus Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, God, this is gonna get complicated. You know what? When I think back at games and stuff like that, I think of like great fun moments and stuff and everything else, you know. As much as this pains me, I'm gonna go Mario Odyssey.
All right, all right. Next up, Bowser's Fury versus New Super Mario Bros. 2. Should we just pick Mario Bros. 2 here?
Yeah,
All right, all right.
yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. New Super Mario Brothers versus New Super Mario Brothers 2.
I'm gonna go the first one, man. The
Yeah,
first one
yeah,
was definitely better.
yeah. You have to. All right. Next up,
Like Mario.
New Super Mario Brothers for the DS versus Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels.
Yeah, I'm gonna go New Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. All right. Next up here, New Super Mario Brothers New Super Mario Brothers U versus New Super Mario Brothers for the DS. The news fucking me up every single time.
Oh my god. So you got the Wii U version here, and then all of a sudden you got the one for
The
DS.
OG one, yeah.
You know what? I thought New Super Mario Bros. U was definitely better than the original.
I regret this experiment. All right. Next up here, New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii versus New Super Mario Brothers Wii U. Jesus Christ, the Wii version or the Wii U version? God damn, there's news and the Wii's and the Wii U's and the U's and the P's and the Q's and the I's. Fuck.
I know, and the hardest part about it is these games are obviously really freaking similar. Only like a couple different aspects and gimmicks are the difference here. So it's like I could just I could pretty much like flip a coin and like I could choose either one here because now the box art is very telling because look at the power ups you get right here in this first one. You get the propeller suit and this and that, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden for the Wii U one, it's like you have the freaking squirrel suit and
yeah. They're virtually
like
like the same cover.
Yoshi's. It's virtually like the same cover,
Except for the
only
fat
so
Yoshi.
much minor differences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'd flip a coin and just throw both in the trash. So,
I'm gonna go with the one with the Wii.
well, they both have the Wii. The Wii version.
Yes, I'm gonna go with the
Okay.
Wii
All
version.
right. Sorry, I just broke my brain for a second. All right, Mario Sunshine versus New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Okay, this one's gonna be a tougher matchup because it's like I do like both of these games, but yeah, there are some things I kind of like. It's just some kind of things I just don't like for some aspects. I mean, the kind of lopsided difficulty with Sunshine was definitely kind of a turn off, and some things weren't exactly as clear. And then like New Super Mario Bros. Wii is basically like a further elaboration of New Super Mario Brothers and stuff, but it's mostly the same thing but expanded like level design, level stuff. It's more traditional like 2D Mario. I did like the music of Sunshine.
The music.
Eh, God. Yeah, I don't like this because it's like, ah, man, the best aspects of Super Mario Sunshine I do like more than the Super Mario Bros. Wii. I'm gonna go with Mario Sunshine.
Okay, all right. Next up here, Super Mario Land versus Mario Sunshine.
Oh, no, I did like, yeah. You know, it's funny. I was just playing Super Mario Land and stuff a little bit earlier and stuff.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Mario Sunshine, I think, like when Super Mario 3D All Stars was a thing.
Mm.
Jeez. You know what? I'm gonna go Mario Sunshine.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Next up, almost done. Super Mario Sunshine
We're almost
versus
done, huh?
Mario. Yeah, the little bar here at the bottom shows you how close we are to the end.
Yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine versus Mario Brothers 2.
I did enjoy Mario Brothers 2 more.
Okay. All right. Next up here, Mario Brothers 2 versus Super Mario Brothers.
I like Super Mario Brothers more.
Okay. All right. Super Mario Brothers versus Mario 3D Land.
Mario 3D Land.
Okay.
I do like 3D Land more than I do the regular Mario Brothers.
Man, my voice is like make it go in ranges I didn't know was possible to go here. Next up here, Mario 3D Land versus Super Mario Brothers Land 2.
Well, let's see. I know nostalgia is pretty much talking with that one here. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot more memorable too. I'm gonna go Super Mario Land 2.
All right, all right, all right. Next up, Super Mario Land 2 versus the Mario Galaxy 2.
God dang it. I'm gonna go Galaxy 2.
Okay, all right. Galaxy 2 versus Mario 64.
Okay. This one I'm gonna pause upon.
All right, we're going to have to pause again.
I gotta help somebody.
Okay.
We're good to go.
And we are back. All right, Gables. Getting close to the end here.
Hmm.
Next up, Mario
Yes.
Galaxy 2 versus Mario 64.
Okay, what I can say is definitely Mario Galaxy 2 did do some level stuff well. But in terms of the grand scheme of things and stuff, when it comes to 3D stuff, I still would pick Super Mario 64.
All right. All right. Next up, Mario 64 versus Mario Brother Wonder.
Alrighty. I still go Mario 64.
All right. All right. Mario 3D World versus Mario 64.
Well, you know what? It's like Mario Wonders did do some good stuff. Mario 3D World here did some great stuff with the 3D platforming. I go Mario 3D World.
Ooh, okay. All right. All right. Super Mario World versus Mario 3D World.
I love both of these games, but even I know I'm going to go Mario World.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Next up here, Mario Galaxy versus Mario World.
My game of the generation versus the first game I've ever beaten. Hmm. I'm gonna go Super Mario World.
Wow. All right. All right. Mario Brothers 3 versus Mario World.
Of course, it would come down to these two. And what's hilarious is I go back and forth in my mind between which one I like better. You know, it's just one of those commonalities. One is the first game I've ever beaten, the other one's the first game I've ever played. And what's hilarious is I beat both of these games finally, like within like a week or two of one another.
Wow.
And this was back when I was like 5.
Okay. Wow.
Oh God. I'm gonna go Mario World in this one.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Next up here, Mario Odyssey versus Mario World.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, with Mario 3 and Mario World, you know, I mean, they were both like similar types of Mario games because they're 2D platformers and stuff. Obviously, Mario World, there was more to it that I did like over Mario 3. But Odyssey, Odyssey is the natural successor to Super Mario 64 and then some. And there's a lot of excellent moments in there. And you know what? I would take Mario Odyssey over Mario World.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. We're all right, Gables. We are here. All right, we're gonna start from there's 20 games here. We're gonna start from the bottom.
Okay.
No real surprise here.
Alrighty.
Bowser's Fury at 20. Number 19, New Super Mario Brothers 2. Number 18, Super Mario Brothers The Lost Level. Lost Levels. Oh, this is gonna fuck me up. There's 3 of these in a row. Number 17, New Super Mario Brothers. 16, New Super Mario Brothers U. 15, New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Number 14, Mario Land. Number 13, Mario Sunshine. Number 12, Mario Brothers 2. Number 11, Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers rather. Number 10,
Yeah.
this upsets me here. Super Mario 3D Land. Number 9, Super Mario Land 2. Number 8, Mario Galaxy 2. Number 7, Mario Brothers Wonder. Number 6, Mario 64. Number 5,
Yeah.
Mario 3D World. Number 4, Mario Galaxy. Number 3, Mario Brothers 3. Number 2, Mario World. Number 1, Mario Odyssey. How you feel about that list, Gables?
I will say I am kind of disappointed when it comes to Bowser's Fury because it's like had I did initially play that game, it probably would have been higher. I'm not sure how much higher it would have been,
Probably would at least beat
but if I had to take
the
a,
new ones. I bet.
it would definitely, I think it would have beaten at least the new Super Mario Brothers games easily,
Yeah,
and probably yeah, most likely the lost levels as well. So it would have been probably in the 15 range had I
yeah.
like been playing that and stuff. But at the same time, this is
It's pretty incredible.
everything like it's crazy, right? Because it's like with the exception of Bowser's Fury, I've played and beaten every single one of these games, and I've had extensive time with a lot of these different games too. Obviously, any everything that's like below the top 10 here, I'm really kind of scratching my head. It's like, holy shit. I mean, this is kind of
Yeah,
a weird sort of like amalgamation when it comes to 11 to 20. But the top 10 here is really fascinating to me because it's like I wasn't expecting Mario 3D Land to actually go and crack the top 10. I
yeah,
thought it was going to be something along the lines of maybe Mario Brothers or maybe like that. Mario Brothers just missed the top 10 for
yeah,
me. And
yes,
that's just really hilarious.
yeah. It's
But
incredible.
at the same time, that's also a great precedent to where you have more recent Mario games that have made it inside the top 10 that I really did like. Obviously, you have like 3D Land, 3D World, and Odyssey. All three of those games were released at least as far back as say like 10 years ago or so. But I'm very surprised Super Mario 64 is in top five.
Yeah, number 6.
I'm actually I'm actually really surprised how high Super Mario Brothers Wonder ranked for me, and the fact that I like it over Galaxy 2 is
Yeah,
really hilarious in my opinion.
yeah,
But I think what's most surprising is the top three to me, and it's like Super Mario Brothers 3 and like being outranked by Mario World. I mean, Mario World is definitely I feel at this point in time I feel it's better than Mario 3 because it has more going for it in terms of level design, it has more going for it in terms of like not just like the music stuff, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more memories with me in Mario World. But and honestly, the past couple of years or something like that, I did recomplete Super Mario World, and that's was the first time I had done that, like really since I was a kid, and still just rediscovering a whole bunch of different things I loved about it. But I will say this, Super Mario Odyssey, that game that released in 2017, that was my game of the year during that year, the same year with Breath of the Wild came out, and I picked Mario Brothers Odyssey as number one. There's a very good reason why is because it was pretty much like a giant love letter to like Nintendo fans. It definitely had like good callbacks and stuff for like Donkey Kong. It definitely had good callbacks and stuff for other aspects too. There was a lot of great level design stuff. It basically felt like a fully fleshed out Super Mario 64, and it was something that we had been that gamers have been clamoring that obviously longtime Mario fans, including myself, have been clamoring for like decades at that point because Mario Galaxy 1, Mario Galaxy 2 are fantastic games. Like 3D World, that's fantastic. I mean, like 3D Land, that's also fantastic. But all of those games in my mind and stuff, as fantastic as they were, they did not pose to me as like natural successors or something that actually did everything like better than say Mario 64. Like, but Mario Odyssey, I feel like is the exception to that rule, to where not only did it surpass a lot of my expectations that I had and surpass what I had liked before with Mario 64, but it just felt like it was a gigantic new experience, and there was a lot of constant happy memories involved with that first playthrough. It also helps things when you just can explore different aspects and like do a lot of different crap. Inhabiting a T-Rex, inhabiting like a blooper and stuff, and then towards the end of that game, for the spoilers and never for a spoiler thing here, I'm gonna say you're inhabiting Bowser. Oh god, it was just a lot of fun shit. It was just so much fun. But yeah, that's my top 20 list of Mario games.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty fun. I got some more of these. We're gonna do these, periodically, like at least maybe like once a month. We could do something fun like this. So yeah,
Okay.
I got more little surprises for Gables we're gonna do over time. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for
Oh
watching,
boy.
liking this. Gables and I do a normal podcast every Saturday night. It goes up Sunday morning. So check us out, like us everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, everything you can help us out on. We appreciate it. We're two guys. We have full-time jobs, but we just do this for fun. We don't make any money off of it. But all we ask is, maybe a little bit of your time and a few clicks. And if you could do that for us, we really would appreciate it. But I was your host. I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables. Until next time, everyone, thank you for listening to another fun-filled episode of the Drunk Nerds podcast.
Hey, Gables.
Yeah.
Mario 3 Lane at number 10, really? Bye, guys.
Oh yeah, you better believe it. See ya.
Jesus.